two giants are fighting. Maybe it is two managers at work fighting for a promotion. Maybe it is two friends in a social circle fighting over a betrayal. Maybe it is two nations fighting a war. Your instinct tells you, stay out of it, keep your head down, be neutral. You think that if you don't pick a side, you won't make an enemy. You are dead wrong. Niccolò Machiavelli wrote in The Prince, "A prince is also respected when he is either a true friend or a downright enemy. Which course will always be more advantageous than standing neutral?" Why? Because neutrality is not safety. Neutrality is isolation. Let's look at the game theory of the situation. Imagine combatant A is fighting combatant B. You stand in the middle. The war ends. One of them wins. Let's say combatant A wins. What happens to you? Combatant A looks at you. Did you help them win? No. You stood by and watched them bleed. They do not owe you anything. In fact, they view your hesitation as weakness. They know you are not a loyal ally. They will likely crush you just to be safe. What if combatant B had won? They look at you. Did you help them? No. You let them lose. They despise you. If they survive, they will seek revenge on you for your cowardice. The math of neutrality is simple. If you join a side, you have a 50% chance of winning, sharing the spoils, and a 50% chance of losing, sharing the fate of the ally. If you stay neutral, you have a 100% chance of losing. Whoever wins will hate you. Whoever loses will blame you. By trying to have zero enemies, you end up with two enemies who both agree on one thing. You are useless. History is filled with neutral nations that were invaded first because they had no friends to defend them. The Swiss model works for banking. It does not work for power dynamics. You must choose. You must be a true friend or a downright enemy. Ambiguity is death. But this raises a terrifying question. How do you pick the winning side? If you pick the loser, you die with them. If you pick the winner, you thrive. In Part 2, we are going to learn the calculus of power. We will look at Machiavelli's specific checklist for assessing strength, so you never bet on a sinking ship. We have established that standing still is a death sentence. You must move. You must choose a side. But this creates a new, terrifying problem: the gambler's ruin. If you join the winner, you share in the spoils. You gain protection, advancement, and the favor of the victor. But if you join the loser, you are destroyed. You are purged along with them, but with none of the honor of having fought a good fight. Only the shame of having bet on the wrong horse. So, before you pledge your loyalty to a side in a corporate war, a social feud, or a political struggle, you must perform a cold, detached calculus of power. Most people are terrible at this. Most people bet on the loudest side. They see someone shouting, someone with a fancy job title, someone flashing money, and they assume that is the strong one. Machiavelli warns us, noise is not power. Often, noise is a mask for insecurity. To pick the winner, you must ignore the surface level. You must look at the structural integrity of their power. Machiavelli gives us 3 specific metrics to judge the strength of a prince or a combatant. They are autonomy, ruthlessness, and the deep state. Let's break them down. Metric 1. The own arms principle, autonomy. In The Prince, Machiavelli is obsessed with one thing: self-reliance. He writes, "The arms of others either fall from your back, or they weigh you down, or they bind you fast." He hated mercenaries. He hated auxiliaries, borrowed troops. Why? Because if a leader relies on hired guns, those guns will leave the moment the fight gets hard. If a leader relies on a powerful ally, like a rich father or a corporate sponsor, their power is not their own. It is on loan. When you look at the two people fighting, ask yourself, who owns their weapons? Combatant A has a big title but relies on a team of consultants to do the work, relies on the approval of a specific board member, relies on borrowed clout. Combatant B maybe has a smaller title but controls the raw data, owns the client relationships directly, has a skill set that cannot be replaced. Bet on Combatant B. Combatant A has fragile power. If you cut the cord to their support system, they collapse. Combatant B has anti-fragile power. They are self-generating. In a long war, the one who relies on others will eventually run out of favors. The one who relies on themselves will only get stronger. Metric 2. The capacity for evil. The lion and the fox. This is the uncomfortable truth that moral people hate to admit. In a conflict, inhibition is a weakness. If you are betting on a fight between a nice guy and a psychopath, the smart money is usually on the psychopath. Why? Because the psychopath has a wider range of strategic options. Machiavelli famously stated that a prince must learn how not to be good. If combatant A is bound by a strict code of ethics, if they refuse to lie, refuse to fire people, refuse to play dirty, they are fighting with one hand tied behind their back. Combatant B, who is willing to do anything to win, has a massive tactical advantage. Look at the two rivals. Who is willing to leak the damaging email? Who is willing to burn the bridge? Who sleeps soundly after destroying a reputation? That person is dangerous. And in the calculus of power, dangerous equals strong. You do not have to like them. In fact, you should probably fear them. But if you want to survive, you should probably be standing behind them, not in front of them. Metric 3. The deep state. Loyalty versus paychecks. Finally, you must look at the quality of the followers. Machiavelli distinguishes between those who serve for love/loyalty and those who serve for utility/money. Look at the team surrounding the two combatants. Team A. They are there because they are getting paid. They clock in, they clock out. They gossip about the boss behind his back. Team B. They are true believers. They are emotionally invested in the leader. They would work for free if they had to. They defend the leader when he isn't in the room. Bet on Team B. When the winter comes, when the conflict gets difficult and resources get low, Team A will desert. Mercenaries always desert when the gold runs out. Team B will dig in. Fanaticism is a force multiplier. A group of 5 fanatics will slaughter a group of 50 mercenaries. The synthesis, the prediction model. So, here is your checklist. Before you pick a side, ignore the speeches, ignore the promises. Look at the mechanics. Is their power their own, or is it borrowed? Bet on autonomy. Are they willing to break the rules to win? Bet on ruthlessness. Do their followers fear/love them, or just use them? Bet on loyalty. Once you run this calculation, winner usually becomes obvious. You will see through the smoke. You will see the paper tiger for what he is. But now, a new danger arises. You have identified the winner. You are ready to join them. But Machiavelli warns us of a fatal trap in alliances. Never join a prince significantly stronger than yourself unless necessity compels you. If you help them win and they become too powerful, you do not become a partner. You become a snack. You become a servant. How do you join the winning side without becoming a slave? How do you structure the alliance so that they need you just as much as you need them? In Part 3, we are going to learn the art of the alliance. We will discuss how to negotiate your entry into the war, how to set the terms of your loyalty, and how to ensure that when the spoils are divided, you get the lion's share. We have calculated the winner. We have decided to join the strong horse. But now, we face the most dangerous moment in the entire strategy. Machiavelli issues a stern warning in The Prince regarding alliances. A prince ought never to make common cause with one more powerful than himself, for if he conquers, you remain at his discretion. This is the paradox of victory. If you help a powerful ally win a war, you have removed their enemies. Once their enemies are gone, who is left to threaten them? You. You are the only one left standing with a weapon. You are the only one who knows their secrets. You are the only loose end. History is littered with junior partners who helped a king take the throne, only to be executed the day after the coronation. Why? Because the king did not want to owe anyone a debt. Gratitude is a heavy burden, and powerful men prefer to drop the burden rather than carry it. So, how do you join the winner without becoming their next victim? You must master the art of asymmetric alliance. You must structure the relationship so that your utility does not end when the war ends. You must become the linchpin. Strategy 1. The leverage of necessity. Most people join an alliance by offering general support. They say, "I support you. I'm on your team. Let me know if you need anything." This is weak. This makes you a cheerleader, not an ally. Cheerleaders are replaceable. To be safe, you must offer specific, irreplaceable utility. You must possess something, a skill, a data set, a relationship, a secret that the strong horse cannot win without. If they can win without you, you have no leverage. You are begging for scraps. If they need you to win, you are a partner. You are sitting at the table. Before you pledge loyalty, ask yourself, what is the one thing they are missing? Do they have the money but lack the technical skill? You become the technician. Do they have the aggression but lack the reputation? You become the face. Do they have the product but lack the distribution? You become the connector. You must position yourself as the missing piece of their puzzle. Machiavelli advises that you should never be the whole army. You should be the critical component that makes the army work. Because if they fire you, the machine stops. This guarantees your safety after the victory. They cannot purge you because they still need the machine to run. Strategy 2. The poisoned gift. Dependency. This is a darker, more advanced tactic. If you are joining a much stronger ally, you must subtly infect them with dependency. You do not just solve their problems. You solve them in a way that only you can maintain. If you build their website, build it in a code only you understand. If you handle their clients, make sure the clients like you more than the boss. If you organize their files, organize them in a system only you have the key to. You are giving them a gift, competence. but it is poisoned with dependency. The stronger ally will feel powerful. They will think they are using you, but in reality, you are slowly wrapping vines around their legs. The moment they try to kick you away, they realize they are trapped. Machiavelli calls this making oneself necessary to the prince. He writes, "A wise prince should establish himself in such a way that his citizens will always need him. Then he will always find them faithful. If they need you, they will love you. If they don't need you, they will eat you." Strategy 3. Negotiating the spoils before the battle. Never, ever trust a promise of future rewards. "Stick with me, kid, and I'll take care of you. When we win, we'll figure out your share." Lies, all of them. Once the danger is past, the value of your help drops to zero. This is basic human psychology. When a man is drowning, he will give you half his kingdom for a rope. Once he is on dry land, he will resent you for asking for the price of the rope. You must negotiate the spoils of war while the danger is highest. You must set the terms when their fear is at its peak. "I will help you destroy this rival, but I want 10% of the territory, in writing, today. I will fix this crisis for you, but I want the promotion signed before I start." They will agree, because they are desperate. And once it is signed, it is harder, though not impossible, for them to back out. The lion's share trap. But even with a contract, you are not safe. Aesop tells the fable of the lion who went hunting with the fox and the wolf. They killed a stag together. The lion divided the stag into 3 parts. He took the first part because he was the king. He took the second part because he was the strongest. And he said, "Whoever touches the third part will be my enemy." The lion took everything. This is the risk of the neutrality trap. Even if you pick the winner is a lion. So, is there a way to avoid the lion entirely? Is there a way to enter the conflict not as an ally, but as a third force? Is there a way to play the 2 giants against each other so that they destroy each other and you walk through the rubble to take the crown? In Part 4, we are going to learn the strategy of the Tertius Gaudens, the rejoicing third. We will discuss how to instigate conflict between your enemies while pretending to be friends with both, waiting for the perfect moment to strike them when they are exhausted. We have discussed the dangers of neutrality, doing nothing. We have discussed the dangers of alliances, joining the lion. But there is a third path, a path reserved for the true masters of strategy. It is called Tertius Gaudens. In Latin, it means the rejoicing third. The principle is simple. When 2 fight, the third wins. If combatant A and combatant B are fighting, they are burning resources. They are spending money. They are ruining their reputations. They are revealing their secrets. Every day the war continues, they both get weaker. Every day you stay out of the blast zone, you get relatively stronger. But here is the critical distinction. Tertius Gaudens is not neutrality. Neutrality is passive. You stand there and hope they don't hit you. Tertius Gaudens is active. You are secretly feeding the fire. You do not want the war to end quickly. If one side wins quickly, they are still strong enough to crush you, the lion. You want the war to be long, brutal, and expensive. You want them to bleed each other until they are both crawling. Then, and only then, do you step in and take the crown from both of them. Phase 1. The agent provocateur. Instigation. How do you ensure they fight? Sometimes the conflict is already there. You just need to strike the match. Machiavelli advises a prince to foster some enemy against himself so that he can crush it and look great. But in this case, you foster an enemy against your rival. You use strategic gossip. You go to combatant A and say, "I shouldn't tell you this, but combatant B is really gunning for your position. He told the boss you were incompetent." You go to combatant B and say, "Combatant A is planning to leak your files. You better strike first." You are the arsonist. But because you whispered it as a friend, they do not see your hand. They only see the fire. They attack each other with fury, believing they are defending themselves. Phase 2. The double confidant, intel gathering. Once the war starts, you position yourself as the neutral friend to both sides. Because they are paranoid, they need someone to vent to. They need someone to trust. That person is you. Combatant A tells you their attack plan. Combatant B tells you their weakness. You become the information broker. You know exactly how much money they have left. You know exactly who is betraying whom. You can use this intel to prolong the war. If combatant A is winning too fast, you secretly leak their plan to combatant B to even the odds. You keep the scale perfectly balanced, so the destruction is maximized. This is exactly how Henry Kissinger operated in foreign policy. He played nations against each other, ensuring they were too busy fighting to challenge American hegemony. This is how Stalin rose to power. He let the leftists and the rightists in the Communist Party destroy each other, and then he purged the survivors. Phase 3. The vulture moment. Timing. The most difficult part of this strategy is patience. You must watch them destroy things you care about. You must watch the company suffer. You must watch the team fall apart. You cannot intervene. If you step in too early to save the day, you become a combatant. You get hit by the crossfire. You must wait for the point of exhaustion. You wait until combatant A is bankrupt or fired. Combatant B is victorious but hated, tired, and broke. Now you move. The lion, combatant B, is wounded. He has won the stag, but he is bleeding from the fight. He expects you to congratulate him. Instead, you challenge him. You are fresh. You have all your resources. Your reputation is clean because you didn't fight dirty. He is exhausted. His reputation is ruined. You can defeat him with a single blow. The moral cost. This strategy is effective. It is also deeply cynical. It requires you to treat people as pawns. It requires you to lie to your friends. Machiavelli would say, "The end justifies the means." If the end is survival, then any means is necessary. But be warned, if they discover you are the arsonist, they will stop fighting each other and unite against you. And a united enemy, fueled by the rage of betrayal, is unstoppable. So you must have an exit strategy. You must know how to end the chaos you created and restore order. Because if you destroy the kingdom to win the crown, you are king of nothing but ashes. In the final part, Part 5, we are going to learn the reconstruction. We will discuss how to step out of the shadows, declare yourself the winner, and rebuild the structure you helped destroy, so that history remembers you as the hero, not the villain. We have arrived at the end. Combatant A is destroyed. Combatant B is victorious but exhausted. The battlefield is littered with corpses, ruined reputations, and drained bank accounts. You are the only one left standing with full strength. You have played the Tertius Gaudens perfectly. You watched them burn. Now, you must do the hardest thing of all. You must step into the light. Most people are afraid to seize power. They think power is given. Power is never given. Power is taken. And the best time to take it is when everyone else is too tired to stop you. Welcome to Part 5, the Reconstruction. Phase 1, the coup de grace, the mercy kill. Combatant B, the winner, expects a reward. He expects you to clap. Instead, you approach him not as a friend, but as a judge. You look at the mess he made. You look at the damage to the company, the team, the family. You say, "Look at what you did. You destroyed everything just to win a petty feud. You are unstable. You are dangerous." Because he is exhausted, he is vulnerable to shame. Because the audience, the boss, the public, the social circle, is tired of the drama. They will agree with you. They don't see a winner, they see a troublemaker. You use this sentiment to launch your final attack. You do not attack him with violence. You attack him with order. You position yourself as the adult in the room. You say, "We cannot have this chaos anymore. I am taking over to fix this mess." This is the coup de grace. You are not stealing his victory. You are saving the organization from his toxicity. He has no defense. He is too weak to fight you, and he has no moral high ground because he just spent months fighting dirty. He falls, you rise. Phase 2, order out of chaos, the savior. Now you are the king, but the kingdom is in ruins. The people, employees, friends, voters, are traumatized. They don't trust anyone. They expect you to be just like the others, greedy and violent. You must surprise them. You must immediately institute radical stability. Machiavelli advises, cruelties should be committed all at once. Benefits should be granted little by little. You have already committed the cruelty by letting them destroy each other. Now you must be the benevolent healer. You settle the debts. You promote the quiet, hard-working people who were ignored during the war. You declare a new era of peace. People are desperate for safety. They will cling to you. They will forget that you were the one who whispered the rumors. They will forget that you watched them bleed. They will only see that you are the one who stopped the bleeding. This is the psychological concept of the savior complex. By ending the pain that you secretly prolonged, you generate immense gratitude. You become the hero of the story. Phase 3, the revisionist history, the narrative. Finally, you must secure your legacy. History is written by the victors, and since you are the only victor left, you get to write the book. You must frame the entire conflict, not as a civil war that you instigated, but as a necessary purge. Combatant A was corrupt. Combatant B was incompetent. You were the reluctant leader who had to step in to save the day. You say, "I didn't want this power. I just wanted to do my job. But when they started destroying the company, I had no choice." This is the ultimate lie, and it is the most effective one. It hides your ambition behind a mask of duty. Summary: the Machiavellian Protocol. Let's review the entire strategy to escape the neutrality trap. The trap: never stay neutral. Indecision is death. You will be hated by the winner and the loser. The calculus: analyze the combatants. Bet on autonomy, self-reliance, and ruthlessness, not just titles. The alliance: if you join the strong horse, make yourself irreplaceable, the linchpin, so they cannot eat you after the victory. The Tertius Gaudens: if possible, instigate the conflict. Let them fight. Let them exhaust each other while you wait. The reconstruction: step in when the winner is weak. Restore order. Frame yourself as the savior. Conclusion: the world is not kind to the hesitant. It eats the weak. It uses the neutral. It belongs to the decisive. Do not be the spectator. Do not be the pawn. Be the player. Pick your side. Pick your moment. And when the dust settles, make sure you are the one holding the pen. This concludes our series on the neutrality trap.